This is the video review for Transformers Generations Thunderwing. He's a jet. He's no longer a pretender, oddly, obviously. But he does still retain kind of his old blue and off-white, kind of grayish-white jet motif with the missile launchers there. There's the underside. You can kind of see some robot bits underneath there. Now, in his bio on the back of, obviously in the IDW universe, he was a big hulking monstrosity. And in the original G1 series, he actually had the Matrix for a while. And caused some havoc there near the end of the series in the original Marvel comics. But very, very cool. He played a role over in the UK comics as well. But yeah, the bio on the back of his card makes him sound like he'd be a Phase Sixer in the IDW terminology. It specifically describes that Megatron fears his power and generally uses him to come in and wipe out planets that have defied Megatron, which really pretty much fits the definition of a Phase Sixer. So he still retains his massive power level, despite not being a pretender, or being the hulking monstrosity from Stormbringer. But yeah, the jet, he's got the landing gear underneath here, with individual rolling wheels, which is kind of nice. Instead of just molded in place, they do roll. And he does, as an homage to the old Pretender, have a little detachable jet drone that attaches to the nose. He's got the engine there on the back. See if we can get that to focus a little bit better. But yeah, it's a neat little drone. Originally, I think they had plans to make this a transforming mini drone, but those fell through for whatever reason. So he's just a detachable recon drone. Stays right there on the nose cone. So to transform him, you want to come under here, flip up the landing gear, and then you come up here and you have this whole nose cone you pick up and lift up like this. Then you come back here and spread the wings out like that. Attach the wings from the back of the legs and flip this. Oh, make sure those fins are folded down. I'll flip this up, and the nose cone collapses down onto the back like that. Bring the arms up, rotate the fists around, angle out the shoulder guns, and then you pull up this chest panel and pull the whole hip assembly down and out, and just close that chest panel. And once you've done that, you can take this chest panel right here, bring it down, and fill in the chest and reveal the head. And then just flip his feet apart. And there you have Thunderwing in robot mode. Oops. Also, the instructions say to just take these guns and rotate them up. So be pointing straight up. As you can see, they are removable. We'll get to that in just a second. So that's the official robot mode instructions, is to have those guns pointing up and attached to the back. However, they also show on the second page these are removable, and you can have them hold. They are a little hard to get in to his hands, but he does hold them fairly solidly once you've got them in there. So you can have a couple of missile launching, and the missiles do launch out of there, out of the gun. And one of the features that they don't show you on the package is that these or in the instructions, is that the guns actually do. Both of them have these little posts on the back and these little slots in the front. As you can see, but you can attach the guns together like that to form as one big giant honking gun. And he did have one shaped very similar to this in the comics, except instead of having a missile up here, it just had like 4 barrels down here. So it's not exactly like his giant gun in the comics, but it's a pretty decent stand-in for it. There we go. So yeah, there you have Thunderwing. And if you're a big fan of the Japanese Victory series, it looks like, according to the instructions here, I don't know if you can see, but it looks like they are indeed going to, yeah, there we go. The instructions show his alternate head, and you can see the chest has been remolded as well. It looks like they're probably going to re-release his repaint is going to be Black Shadow from the Victory series. He was a space gangster. He didn't really show up for very long or do a whole lot, but the actual original figure is really hard to find and really expensive, and he's black, obviously, as his name would imply. Who was also, in Black Shadow, did show up very briefly in Last Stand of the Wreckers, made a cameo as one of Megatron's Face Sixers. So, kind of a neat little homage there. And also you can, if you want, you can detach the drone in robot mode, and it does help a little bit with that giant cockpit behind. Oh, Thunderwing's head there. There we go. Forgot to refocus after the instructions. So there's not quite as much bulk there behind Thunderwing's head. You can have the little drone kind of fly around on its own. But yeah, a very cool figure. A very nice homage to the original. It's definitely Thunderwing when you look at it. It would have been nice if they'd gotten this drone to transform. It'd also be nice if he was a little bigger, because well, I forgot to bring a figure. Like, here he is next to a can of Coke. So he's not real tall, which is a little bit of a disappointment. His jet mode is about the same size as all the other Seekers, and he's really not actually much shorter than Starscream or Thundercracker or Skywarp or any of the Coneheads or any of the other Seekers. He just, in comparison with some of the other figures that have come out, he's definitely on the smaller side. So a minor complaint there. But, and like I said, he's a little under Kibley in jet mode, with the robot parts under there, but if you turn the fist so the plate kind of covers the fact that it's a fist, it really doesn't look that bad. And the transformation's a little on the simple side, but like I said, you get a nice looking Thunderwing out of it, so you really can't complain, or at least I really can't complain. I like Thunderwing, and this is clearly Thunderwing, so I'm happy with it. But there it is, Generations Thunderwing.